So, welcome to this week's show, and that means we've entered September, which feels nuts to say, which was the month of this, as I'm recording it, I believe on the Sunday, was when it was announced a year ago, and the news kind of broke internally. I don't know if it was public the day after that East Thurrock United was going into liquidation and being shut down. I believe it's the first. I'm pretty sure John Edwards told me he's got a much better brain for memories, dates, and things like that than I do. But the end of September, the 27th, that would be a year to the day when we all sat around this very dining table where I'm sat now recording these, as a group of fans from the old club that just said, actually, do we want to come together and do this? So September it will be a really touching moment for them, because incredible how far we've come, but there's still a long way ahead of where we want to be. I'm personally committed. I want to see this club back in the Isthmian North. And we said that would be an 8 to 10 year plan. This isn't one where we said, hey, we're going to go join whatever league and we're going to win the league every year and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. It was one where, hey, we're expecting to join one league lower than we are. But we said, hey, 10 years, that's where we want to be. And that's where I'm still fully committed to putting in the work and getting the club there. So thank you for everyone for their support. This episode sponsored by the Bramptonites, so the class of '85. Shout out to you guys. One of them's Steve, who's our football secretary, does all the match day stuff, registering players. He's busy because we're working on bringing in some more players. So work's underway getting that done. I'll chat a little bit more about that later. But they're going to be on the front of our away kit. So when we finally get round to having another away game, you'll see them put on there. So keep an eye out for that. But thank you to those guys. Tozer, who was over from Australia for our first ever game, is an owner, and he's part of the Bramptonites as well. So massive thank you to those guys. You'll be seeing them on the front of our away kit. So keep an eye out. Then we've got an owners meeting. So if you're listening to this today, it's Monday. And we've got an owners meeting tonight. So there's a digital one, and then there's the face-to-face. Great chance if you've got any questions, come along, ask the managers, they'll be there. But we've got 2 votes, and we don't do votes at the owners meeting. It's not the way we operate. So keep an eye out for your email on Tuesday as an owner. We've got 2 votes and different things going on. So yeah, as always, we're trying to put as much decision-making powers in the hands of the owners. So that's going to pass through. So keep an eye out for that. For your Tuesday email, you have until, we generally say, lunchtime on Friday to get your vote in. And yeah, I think that'll be the plan. So that's there. But this week, the big focus, and it'll be the same for the owners meeting if you go there as well, and it'll be the same for the email on Tuesday, is volunteers. So we're quite lucky as a football club. There is quite a large committee, several people who are willing to give up their time and effort to build a club that is beyond the level of where we're at now. And we want to go that extra mile. And we don't operate of going, oh, we're at this level. We just do what's required to get into the league and the lowest denominator. We're really keen to go that extra mile, make it welcoming, not just for our fans, not just for our players, for the players that come to play for us, against us, for the refs that come. We just want to make it a really sort of professional feel outfit. And that just takes up an awful lot of time. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, I could help out, I do love this club, if you can give just 1 hour a month, 1 hour a week, whatever it might be, that means the world to us on the committee, genuinely. And you don't have to think of, oh, I don't live locally, I can't help out. I'll take an example. There's an owner called Phil, lives in North London, and he got in touch and he said, hey, I do some video editing, anything I can help out with. And he's just putting together our sort of highlights package now and our full match rewatch for YouTube. And it takes about an hour a week probably. But that's just one thing that I was having to do every Saturday night. You've gone to the game, you've got home, you've uploaded the footage, and then you're having to sit there and edit it. And it's like, sometimes it's 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, and it's like, hey, mate's like, hey, you coming out? And it's like, can't. I've got to get this footage done so it's out the next day. And all it takes is people going, hey, I can help out with that. So don't worry about where you are in the world, because I know there's people listening to this that they're not within distance, and it's not like, hey, there's some match day jobs, but there's jobs that need doing for anyone wherever they are in the world. If you think, actually, I've got a spare hour, just once a month, what can I help out with? Because there's some stuff where we want to do some outreach to businesses, want to do some stuff to drum up some more sponsorship. There is lots of different bits. And don't worry, if you're listening to this and you're like, I don't know what I can help out with, just send an email and give you a chat. Give you a phone call sometime, and we can chat about, hey, what do you fancy doing? Or if you email and go, hey, I've got these particular skills, what do you reckon? There is a spot where you can help out. And you might think of, Phil was like, oh, that was nice and easy. I think that might have been turn of phrase for what he exactly said, but he was like, oh, well, it wasn't too bad. I was able to turn that around. And it genuinely means the world to me. Putting in 15 to 20 hours a week, it's just not sustainable for something you just don't get. There's no money in this. It's cost me a lot of money, and I love it. Happy to keep throwing some money at the club. But it's one that doing it for the love of it. But I know there's going to be a point where, hey, I want to start a family or something like that. And that doesn't happen if I'm spending 20 hours a week on a hobby alongside a job. So it's one that if you're listening and you think, actually, I can help out, it's 100% fan-owned club. So you're as much in control as me. And we just need more and more volunteers. So if you're sat there thinking, how can I help out? Or you just don't know how to help out, just send that email. Legit means the world to me, the rest of the committee, just to build some more volunteers. So please have a think and get in touch. There's new players incoming, as I alluded to earlier. John Coventry Senior is involved. He's got a lot of connections. That guy, fantastic individual to have. Just around the club, someone who managed in the National League South, helping a club that is 5 leagues lower. Phenomenal phone book. So he's hard at work. I'm sure we're just going to see a few more players coming in, supporting what we've already got, because there's some nice players that are putting an incredible amount of effort in and really, really appreciated. Just adding that little bit more talent to help take it over the line. So keep an eye out. There is some people coming in. The future is really positive. I know at times, and I've certainly felt it on Saturday, not happy. But when I sit back, look at how far we've come, look at the work that the management, coaching staff, players are doing just to get there. And there will just be a moment where it flicks, and then we're sat there, we're putting together a nice run of results. And it's like, actually, this is what we envisage, and this is where we want to go. And this year's just about, hey, let's chase 10th, 11th, 12th out of 15. That's cool. We're a year ahead of, we're a promotion ahead of plan. And that's going to come with its own challenges, but solid, just 10, 11, 12 this season. There's 2 go down. None got relegated last year because other teams folded and stuff. But 15-team league, let's go for 12 or above. And that then sets us up really nicely, because it might be the lower half of the table, but then we build on that. It's a young squad. It's going to get better next year. And then we push forward. And just chatting to like some of the refs and people that have come down there, they've been impressed with the setup, because early on people are like, oh, I don't want to go down there. It's right out of the way because we're quite far from the rest of the league. But then when the reports went back, it was like, oh, you get fed, you get well looked after. Really, really nice bunch. It's a professional looking sort of setup what they've got there. Refs are like, actually, that's somewhere you want to go. It's really enjoyable, and I don't blame them. If I saw that, hey, you see the map of where it is, you go, I don't want to go down there. But then it's really, really nice to hear that positive response. And they said, what's going to happen to you as a club is in a year's time, when you're trying to bring players in, that word gets around, and players will be like, actually, I want to go play for them. They've got big ambitions. They're doing things the right way. They look after their players. They look after everyone that comes there. So putting in that hard work, that builds the foundation of what we are as a club and what we're known by. So the future is genuinely positive, and every time we're just getting great feedback. No one's ever walking away from us and be like, oh, that's a place I don't want to go. We want to make our players happy, and that's just something, an ethos we're always going to keep. We want to do right by the players, want to do right by our owners, and we want to do right by our managers, just making sure everyone feel appreciated for what they do. And it goes to our volunteers as well. Anyone putting in time to help this club is genuinely so grateful to them. We've got some more people joining the digital team this week, and that's one that need more people. So if you can make some graphics and stuff, get in touch. But we want to pump out stuff that doesn't look out of place for sort of a League Two club. And people might think that's a nuts ambition, but that's where I want to be. We want everything off the pitch to just feel like something that is professional, and people are willing to put in time when it's fan owned. You own part of the club, and that really makes a difference. So if you've got a little bit of time, an hour a month, an hour a week, just send us an email, drop me a text. If you've got my number, it's probably out there everywhere, but if not, email's usually the best way. But please get in touch. We just need a few more people, a few more Phils that just go, oh, I'll take that one task every week. That takes them a little bit of time. It could be one task every month that you just take off someone's hands. It genuinely goes a long way. Just to, hey, 20-hour weeks, they're tough. When it's just a hobby attached to your job and everything else you've got going on in life. But no, thank you as always for listening. We're into September. August was rough. September's the month where we turn it around. We get some points on the board, and we really look positive. So it's 4 games this month off the top of my head, and why not? Let's get at least a couple of wins. 2 wins in 4. I reckon we're definitely going to do that. So let's keep going up the rocks. Thanks as always, and let's go.